welcome to Salt City Knits podcast. I'm Emily, and this is a podcast all about my making life and my love of the fiber arts. Today is November 2nd, and this is episode 22, and I'm so happy you are here joining me today. It is a beautiful, cold, sunny morning. November is here, and I'm so loving it. It's wonderful. I hope your October was wonderful as well, and I'm looking forward to a little bit of a chat. First of all, if you are new here, thank you for joining us, and thank you to all of my returning viewers. I am so grateful for you. So thank you for being here with us. I say us because I feel like we're all here together. I mean, it's just me sitting in front of the camera, but you know, it's a group, like we're all here chatting together. And so I'm really love that time together. You can find me on Instagram as Salt City Knits, also on Ravelry as Salt City Knits. And you can find all of my designs on Ravelry and on yarnbrary.com. And all that information is posted down below. So today I will start off by announcing the winners for our October draw for the sckshawlalong. And I'm excited to share those with you. So just a reminder that our first prize is for a bundle, a yarn bundle. It includes this beautiful set of minis from Lay Family Yarns, as well as this full skein from, what is it? It's hand-dyed yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's 100% merino as well. And so that is our first bundle. And then our second prize is your choice of any of my shawl patterns. And that, so you can look on Ravelry or on my website and pick out your choice, and I will share that with you. Also, even though Backcountry has not been released yet, it is with Test Knitters. And if you choose that shawl, I will be happy to send you the test knit version as of right now and the finished version when it is published, if that is the one that you would like to choose. So let's announce our winners. So the winner of the pattern of your choice is, now I've just forgotten it, Mindful Melbourne. I'm posting it right here below. And she shared her West Knits Mystery Knit Along, and it's beautiful. It's so fun and pink and Barbie themed. I love it. So that is your prize. So please contact me and let me know which pattern you would like and whether you would like it in your email or through Ravelry. And then our winner for our yarn bundle is My Handmade Day. And that's actually my friend Ashley. And I love that she won. That's so fun. And Ashley also shared her West Knits Mystery Knit Along shawl that I got to see in person just last night. So that was really fun. So Ashley, I will have your yarn for you, and I know where you live, so I will get that to you. That was a fun surprise that a local friend here won. So yay, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you to everybody who participated in the knit along. That was really fun, and I loved seeing all of the shawls that you were making and seeing your pictures. I had some people that emailed them to me as well, and that was just, it was really wonderful to see those all. So thank you so much for all of your participation. What a fun time. And I am excited today to share, well, I'm excited, and anyway, there's drama, but I'm going to share my finished Mystery Knit Along shawl that I did. I say finished, but it's in quotations. That I'll explain later. And then I have a couple works in progress, and then I have the most exciting to me, maybe it won't be exciting to you, but it's so exciting to me, addition that I am excited to share with you. So first off, a little life update. We had Halloween, of course, was a couple of days ago, and we had a lot of fun. My son's girlfriend's family came over. They're friends of ours, and we got together and we made fry bread tacos and flatbread tacos, and just chatted, and the kids watched a movie. They watched Wait Until Dark with, oh my gosh, come on, Audrey Hepburn. My mind has just gone blank. Have you guys ever seen that one? It's like, it's creepy. It's so cheesy. And it also is infuriating, but I love it. I'll just have to say that. It's a great old Halloween-y, I mean, we watch it for Halloween time, you know, creepy movie, where Audrey Hepburn plays a blind woman, and then there's like this whole like mystery happening around her. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to give any spoilers. I will just say her husband, biggest jerk ever. Like, yuck. Didn't age well at all. I'll just say that. But it's still a really fun movie. So the kids watched that, and the rest of us just kind of hung out. My daughter and her husband and my grandson came over for dinner, and I got a picture of them in their costumes. They were characters from Over the Garden Wall, which I have never actually seen, but I know it's a cartoon series from Cartoon Network that's pretty cute, and I think is trick-or-treating based, and it's pretty short. You can watch the whole series in the same time it would take to like watch a movie or something like that. And I made a little hat and a little froggy feet booties for my grandson. I showed them a couple of episodes ago. And so this is their costumes, and my daughter made the rest of the costumes. She made her husband's hat and cape, and her own little teapot hat, and she made a skirt, a suspender skirt, instead of, I think there are overalls in the cartoon. So anyway, that was really fun to see them. And I think Adam just had no idea what was happening. He was like, why am I wearing this? You know, he's 5 months old. Why am I wearing this? And why are we going around and being goofy? And why does my mom have a teapot on her head? I think that's what he was thinking. But it was fun. So we had a really nice time. And I've been teaching classes again. I mean, still, I teach a class every Tuesday. So this last one, we were discussing The Alchemist and like Eastern religions. Anyway, it was a good class. So that was awesome. And last night I had knit night, which was so fun. It was just nice and relaxed and just a joy. It's fun when you can go and share your projects with each other. We always kind of go around and do a little bit of a show and tell. So if you brought anything that you wanted to show, you can do that. And then we also tell what we're currently working on, because, you know, everybody's got a project there that they're currently working away on, and we always get so many ideas from each other, and it was just lovely. So that was delightful. This weekend, my husband and I, in fact, later today, my husband and I are doing a couples retreat. We have a spring one and a fall one. I think I've mentioned this before, where we just get together with really good friends. We have a topic that we're going to discuss, so we all kind of study up on that beforehand. And then we come and we just have a discussion, but we also do just a lot of catching up on each other's families. It used to be, when our kids were all little, that we would see each other really regularly because our kids would do stuff together. But, you know, our families are getting older, and so we don't always have that experience. And so sometimes, you know, we haven't seen each other since the last one. This one is, yeah, the fall one is less that way. I see these people a little more regularly, but we still do kind of a catch up through, you know, like your grown up kids and what they're doing and things like that, as well as our discussion topic. And so it's just really nice. It's also nice because everybody is in charge of one meal. So like, I am in charge of the dinner tonight, along with another couple. So my husband and I and this other couple, we will prep dinner, serve it, clean it all up, and then I don't have to do that for the rest of the time. So everybody takes their one turn, but then you get to relax, and nobody has like too much of the bulk of prepping and cleaning and everything. And we all help. I mean, everybody's willing to help. So it'll be really nice. And I get lots of knitting time because we're mostly just sitting around talking for a weekend. So that will be great because I'm hoping to finish up my works in progress. Yeah, I'm this close on one. Okay, let's talk finished objects. And the only one I have today is my Stephen West Mystery Knit Along Shawl. I have thoughts. I'm frustrated, mostly with myself. So I have completed it. So let me show it to you. And I did do the original clue 1. And if that bothers you, feel free to look away. So here is my finished shawl with the border. It is nice and big, not quite as enormous as some other Stephen West shawls are. And there is that border. And of course the center square, the controversial center section right there. So this whole time I have been looking at this center square and thinking it looks very quilty and it looks very Celtic to me, Celtic knot. And I've been okay with it. I've been hoping that it would tidy up in the blocking process. But that was my main concern with it. And then I finally finished it all and I laid it out and I was blocking it. And you know what? The only thing I can see is a certain symbol that I don't want to see. And I know other people maybe can't see it, but I do. And I also think that that's probably the power of suggestion in my mind. I don't necessarily think that that's what I would have seen if I hadn't heard so much about it and been looking. Do I see that? Do I not see that? Do I see it? Do I not see it? But in the end, yeah, it's bothering me. In addition to that, it is messy looking. And that isn't me. That isn't just me. There are 4 of us in our knitting group, and we all had finished clue 1 rather quickly and kept that. And all of us have the same issue with the untidiness. These jogs here, the holes along the edge, just really not happy with it. So at least one of us, one other, I know Ashley is doing the same thing that I am. We have decided we're going to cut out the center and replace it. We're going to go around and pick up stitches, talking about these border stitches here. So not in here, but this palest of pink. I'm going to pick up this last row of stitches here, all the way around in the square, and cut the center out. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I am. And then I'm going to replace it. At first I was thinking I wanted to replace it with a granny square because I have loved the versions that I have seen made with granny squares. I love how they have tied together with this border at the end. See there. And with the fringe along the bottom. They're so fun and retro. But I'm really concerned about the gauge not laying flat. And so I don't think that's what I'm going to do. Somebody just pulled up in front of my house. I have to see if they're coming to my house or going somewhere else. Anyway, so I think I am going to do a knitted center. I just haven't decided yet what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do lace, oh, there they left. That's good. If I'm going to do a lace panel, I was thinking about the beautiful squares of the Vivid blanket by Tin Can Knits. Those are worked from the center out, but I feel fairly confident I could do something similar working from the outside in. or if I'm going to just do like radiating stripes, or if I'm going to, I don't know, do something completely different. I'm going to do something, but I'm not going to be happy with this. And I worked so hard on it, and I have a good amount of yarn left. I think I have probably about 30 grams, about 30 grams of each of the colors left. So I have plenty of yarn to replace that center. So I think, I have done like afterthought heels. I have done all kinds of things. I haven't ever steeked a cardigan, for example, but I have cut things out before. I have cut a cuff off of a sweater and reknit the cuff. I have, there's a few things like that. I'm like, I think I can do this. I can pick up all these stitches so nothing will be live and falling apart. And then I can knit, and I will just need to decrease at all of my corners so that I'm decreasing coming in. I think the hardest thing will be figuring out the decrease ratio and what exactly I want it to look like. But I am going to replace that center. So this is one of those situations where you just kind of have to go, what a learning experience. What a learning experience. Yeah, it's one of those things. So I think a couple of our other friends, they're going to keep theirs and they are happy with it. And that is fine. I am totally great with that. This is just because I want to change it. Excuse me. So I'm going to do it. I'll tell you what though, some of these stitches in this border, it's a really fun border where you're doing these dip stitches where you dip down and you're working along, and then you dip down and pick up a stitch and pull it up, and then the next one, and in the next row and the next row. So these are actually vertical rows. They're looking angled because of the way that you're working it. But these rows are vertical here. And the way that you pick those up creates these clusters. Let's see if it'll, focus on it. I thought that was a really fun looking technique. Not necessarily my favorite to work, but very creative. And it reminds me of like dragon scales. So kind of fun there. And then I talked last time about how much I really think this whole section here just looks so cool with the slip stitches. So anyway, you know what? It's okay. But I'll tell you what, I have been working on so many shawls recently, designing this one, bigger projects like that. And I am really happy and excited to do some smaller things. So I have a little update on my works in progress, which are just these socks that I showed last time. I have the 2 pair. I haven't worked at all. So I showed last time this finished one, right? And I had just done a baby cast on the cuff. I haven't worked at all on that one, the other one since then. But I have worked on this one a lot, and it is ready for its toe decreases, which is good because look, that is how much. Now I actually do have a little more yarn, but let me tell you the situation here. I wanted to see if it was going to be possible for me to match these. And one thing that's really challenging when you have large socks like these and a fairly long color repeat in the yarn is to try and get them to match. So I removed this chunk of yarn in order to get to the same starting point on the cuff so I could have a matching sock. I am pretty sure I was looking at the stripes and it looks, oh yeah, I mean, it's so close, but I start my toe decreases here with the blue and then finish up there. And I'm looking at my yarn And I'm pretty sure I have those exact same stripes. In addition, when I finished this sock, before I took this section out, I weighed my yarn. This was a 49-gram sock. This, the yarn was over 100 grams. And so I took this section out and then I weighed what was left of the yarn and it was 49 grams. So I think I'm going to make it. But if not, I do have that little bit that I can find the right color in the right spot and finish it off. It'll just mean extra ends, but either way, it's going to be fine. But it's, in the meantime, I'm kind of like really interested to see how exact I got, how close I got. So we'll see. But this one's ready for its toe decreases, and it is, these are Christmas socks. I mean, a Christmas gift for my son-in-law. And I mentioned this last time, but I'll just go over it again quickly. I cast on 72 stitches. I used 2.25 millimeter needle. That's what I usually use. And I did 25 rounds for the cuff. I didn't change the cuff exactly at the color change. I went ahead and just changed it at the 25 rounds, which I'm fine with. And then I knit, I don't even remember exactly. It's 85-ish, but I just ended it with the color round. So, rounds for the leg between the cuff and the heel. And I did a slip stitch heel and gusset, and then my rounded wedge toe. There you go. I really like this toe. It's my go-to every time. And it's, you know, very simple, but it just has a really nice fit to it. So almost done with those. That's a lot of knitting in those socks. They are so big. They're so fun though. I think he's going to love them. He's very knit-worthy. And again, the yarn for this, oh, and I have to tell you a funny story about this. The yarn for this is Silly Socks by Hobby Yarns, and it's in color 01. These colorways have names on the website, but not on the label. So I thought that was interesting. It's just color 1 on the label, but on the website, and I don't remember what it is, but it is the link to Silly Socks is linked below. So last episode, I was talking about these socks and about this yarn. And, you know, I talked quite a bit about the difference between like a commercial yarn and a hand-dyed yarn for socks and how I like them both, and there's place for both. And as I was putting together the show notes, I went to go look up the yarn so I could link it for you guys. And I went on to it and found the link and then went, ooh, sale. So I have some more Silly Sock yarn that's going to be delivered soon, along with some other hobby yarns. They really are my favorite as far as commercial yarns goes. I do enjoy, I mean, I don't know about the favorite. That's not the right word. I buy them commonly. They are a good value. I've had really good experiences ordering from them. My friend Wendy from the Granny Pan Knits podcast has had some bad experiences ordering from them, maybe just one, but like she had yarn that just never got delivered and it just never showed up and really struggled to get a hold of them. I think that did get resolved. I think it did get resolved. They ended up refunding her order. And so that was resolved, but I have ordered from them a few times and I have never had any problems. So they have some really good commercial yarns and budget friendly ones as well. So I have some Christmas sock yarn coming, some more Silly Sock. I think I got 4 or 5 more Silly Sock Colorways. They have two separate, the link below is to this, the one that has this colorway, but if you just search their website for Silly Sock, there's a couple of different listings because they have a listing for solid colors as well as one called Silly Sock, I think Flowers, which is a self-patterning or more flowery colors. I can't remember, but anyway, there's a couple of different listings. So other than those two pair of socks, I mean, I'll finish these socks up today, and then I'll be working on the second sock during the retreat this weekend. But I am really excited to start some other Christmas projects that I have and just get rolling on more Christmas gifts. You know, I'm going to do some hats. I'm going to work on, on a cowl or two. I just have some other fun projects ahead. A little toy and another little item for my cute little grandson. So yeah, there's some fun things coming up. Oh, and I'm using this beautiful autumnal bag from Adore Knit that was a gift from a good friend for my birthday. That's super fun. Okay. Something magical happened this last week, and I have to tell you this story. So, years ago, one of my good friends, Angela, she was moving and she needed somewhere to store her spinning wheel for a little bit while she was in the process of moving. And she knew that I would enjoy spinning on it. So she just said, hey, any chance you want to store my wheel for me? And then feel free to use it as long as, you know, it's there. And so I was really happy to do that. And weeks turned into months, turned into a couple of years of me storing her wheel. And in all that time, I never learned to spin. I think there was kind of first of all, I don't know, I didn't have space in my brain for it at the time. But in addition to that, I always was like worried I was going to mess it up. And I think I just kind of thought of it as like, well, it's only going to be here for a little bit. But then it kept staying. And it wasn't like, I mean, she would have come and got it, but I don't know, we both just kind of got used to it being here. So eventually she was ready to have it back, and I took it back to her, all the time having not learned to spin. And I have been kicking myself ever since. And it's been years now since it went back to her. So, since then, I have just been more and more and more interested in spinning, in working with hand spun yarn. I've admired it more. I think that was another piece of it, actually, if I look back on things. Another piece of it was that I wasn't as much of a fan of the look of hand spun yarn. I was freshly into this world of indie dyed, all merino, gorgeous, which I still absolutely adore, yarns. And I was starting into yarn dyeing. And so that was more my focus. And so hand spun yarn itself didn't call to me the way that hand dyed yarn did. And so it just didn't have the draw. Whereas now I'm more and more interested in that. And so for I've been, like I said, kicking myself for years over not learning at the time when I had a wheel sitting right here for free that I could use. Just dumb. But you know what? That is what it is. That's what I did. And there it is. So for about a year, I've been looking for a wheel, and it's been casual. I haven't been, single-mindedly pursuing that, but I have been looking for one. And, but it's just not been in the cards. Everything I found, I just don't have the budget for it. or it's not in good shape. I've mostly been looking at used wheels because of the budgetary issues. But I just couldn't swing it. And in addition, the wheel that I had at my home, which was a Kromski Symphony, it's a Saxony style wheel, which I'm learning what all of this means. But it's this beautiful antique look to it. And it's just such a very nice wheel. And, so I wanted something really lovely. Anyway, long story short, I never found the right thing. And on Sunday, like my kids were gone. Richard was taking a nice Sunday nap, which he rarely gets to do, which was lovely for him. And I was knitting and I was thinking again, oh, I want to look at a wheel. I don't even remember somebody had posted something that they were making with hand spun. And I immediately am like, oh, let's go look at wheels again. And I wasn't finding anything yet again. I've been on some different groups that sell things, and everything is like on the East Coast. There was almost nothing out this direction. And anyway, so I just kind of put it away. And being me and faith being a huge part of my life, I just prayed and I said, Heavenly Father, I would love to get a wheel someday, but I have to stop looking at them because I'm like feeling that dissatisfied feeling. I don't like that dissatisfied feeling. I want to have contentment and gratitude. And so I'm just going to put this away. But if you ever want to send a wheel my way, I would love that. And then I just went on with my day. A little while later, 15 minutes later, because I had been thinking about wheels, I started thinking about my friend Angela. And I thought, I haven't talked to her in forever. I wonder how she's doing. So I just sent her a text. I'm like, how are you guys doing? I just haven't talked to you for a while. And she said, oh, we're doing great. We're actually downsizing right now. And I'm just in the process of clearing out a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, that's the first thing she responded with. And I was like, any chance you're clearing out your spinning wheel? And she said, I'm just getting ready to list it for sale. Yeah. So quick back and forth conversation, and look who is right back there. Her name is Spinny Winnie. She is beautiful and I am so excited. Here's a little video of Spinny Winnie that I just took right before recording just so I could show her to you. But she is a beautiful Kromski Symphony, which is a Saxony style wheel. And that means that the wheel is to the side as opposed to like below the, below your, what am I trying to say? Your spindle and your flyer and everything. And she's mahogany and she's double treadle and she has a double drive. These are all the things I've learned. And I have done the babyest amount of spinning. So that fiber that you saw on the spindle is fiber that I spun, and it's bad, but it's okay. I'm so happy with it. I have been giddy ever since then. Not only because I have a wheel now, but because I felt like I just got a big hug from Heavenly Father saying, see, little things even matter, because this is so not a need. It's just a want. And yet that was answered like in minutes. From the time that I prayed about it to the time that was all arranged was less than an hour. That does not happen on a regular basis. That is not a usual answer to prayers kind of schedule for me. And maybe you don't believe in that, and that is totally fine. I respect that, but I do. And I felt like just this glowy love feeling from God about him caring about even little things that matter to me. So I'm really excited. I love her so much. And there will definitely be some spinning on this channel. Angela gave me some fiber that that's what I've been playing around with, but I have also placed an order for some more fiber, and Oh, I'm so excited. I have so much to learn. I found this awesome channel and I'm going to have to post it. I'll put the name right here and I'll post a link down below. But she does all kinds of information about spinning. My husband just got home and he looked through the window and saw me recording. And so he's going in through the garage. He's so sweet. Anyway, so she's awesome. And she is just already, I have learned so much from watching her videos. So if you're interested in spinning, definitely check out her channel. She's so like cheery and delightful, and she says things in such a clear way and shows them in such a clear way, not just this is what you're doing, but this is why you are doing it. So I love it. It's wonderful. So yes, that has been my lovely new addition, Spinny Winnie, and she's beautiful and she matches my bookcases. I know that she's really, it's faded there. I mean, it's blurred out in the background, but she just looks beautiful here. So I'm just so happy. And that is everything that I have to talk about today. I will probably be back in 2 weeks, not in 1 week. So I'm going to probably go back to a 2-week schedule. Well, through November. But this is my big scary thing that I'm doing. I am planning on doing vlogmas, which is really scary to me. I don't know why. I'm worried that I just won't be able to keep up with it. So I'm going to do the best that I can. But I'm going to do vlogmas. And so that means there will be no probably podcasts specifically through December, but I will be doing daily vlogs. So, or at least a few times a week. I'm not going to hold myself 100% to daily vlogs. But in just a tiny little practice, I'm putting a tiny little vlog here at the end. It's just some little clips of a few things through this last week that I thought I would share with you. And so I hope you enjoy that. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. I hope your November is going so well and that you have so much fun with all of your making. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. There's frost on the ground this morning. I still have 2 rosebuds popped up right there, but nope, it's freezing out here. Oh, I can see my breath. Freezing cold. You're so cute, Bubba.